This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by freedombookclub.com. Charges are apparently going to be dropped against Keene Liberty activist Andrew Quamir. This, according to Keene Police Chief Arthur Walker, who I just got off the phone with. Now, he didn't say for sure, but he said he thinks charges are probably going to be dropped. Quamir was charged with some sort of obstruction when police investigated him at his workplace. They had gotten some sort of a report of a robbery or something like that, or a burglary, came to investigate to see if he really worked there or if there was anyone on the scene. When they ran into him, they interrogated him, questioned him, and I don't think he gave them quite as much verbal cooperation or identification cooperation as they wanted. So even though they were able to talk to his boss and determine that he worked there, they apparently still arrested him. But the chief says because his story checks out, he probably will not be charged. The chief also said he didn't think that refusal to show ID would be considered an arrestable offense. So he didn't know a great deal about the case. He was just sort of talking to me off the cuff right after I called him. The chief called it a loitering or prowling investigation, which is consistent with Andrew's story. I also have a little bit of updates. I also, with regard to sticking with Andrew for a minute more, he said he didn't know anything about Andrew's claim that officers threatened to throw him onto the concrete, throw him, several feet from the platform down onto the concrete. He didn't know anything about such a threat allegation. And yeah, that's I think everything he had to say about that. However, I did ask the chief while I had him on the phone about Sam Dodson's allegation that his confiscated video camera, came back non-functional after being confiscated by KPD several months ago. I asked him what he knew about that. He said that evidence would be held in a secure evidence area. They wouldn't be touching it. He didn't know how it would become damaged. He said that Sam could file some sort of a complaint or a report. That camera, by the way, was worth about $3,000, I believe. Now, that's all I can think of. I think I'm checking my notes just to make sure I haven't missed anything. In the meantime, trying to entertain you as best I can. Okay, yep, that's all the information I've got on those two stories. Dave Ridley about to sign off for RidleyReport.com. But first, if you think Oprah Winfrey's book club is an abomination, you need to visit a real book club. freedombookclub.com. Making freedom a best